Hey, Paul from Piano Style 100. We're just going to go and do a random thing. We'll see how it all turns out. And let's do some ear training. I start out with ear training a lot of times, and I go F, E, D, C wants to go to C down below it, and G, A, B, C wants to go up. You always start out with cadence. Okay, that's the C. Okay, start out with a C, and I'm working only in C because I can't hit these notes up here. Okay, so that's a D. Okay, E, D, C, D, C. I saw that one. F, E, D, C. Okay, D, C, C. That was the C. It was, okay. So it ends at A on this, okay. That's a B, that's your leading tone. That's a D, it comes to rest. Goes down. That's a B, leading tone. No, it's not. It's G. Okay, I wasn't thinking. That's a D, C, B, C, F, E, D, C, F, E, D, C, B, C, G, A, B, C, B, C, E, A, B, C, B, C. I just got on the piano, so my ear is not sharp yet this morning. G, C, F, E, D, C, F, E, D, C, E, D, C, E, D, C, A, B, C, B, C, F, E, D, C, G, A, B, C, E, D, C, I like to do little warm-up exercises like that. Stuff like that I'll do. And then I'll do maybe a little arpeggios. That was wrong. Okay, so that's just a straight diminished. It's stacked minor thirds, okay? And I'll show you something a little. This is cool. This is just, you're kind of sitting on my, I'll sit sometimes 6 hours and just until I really get warmed up. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. Yeah, that was wrong. What am I doing? Besides doing some annoying exercise, I'm doing the minor thirds. Minor thirds are a major part of jazz. Minor thirds, major part of any kind of music, quite frankly. Okay? And so if I do, let's say I do a diminished arpeggio, and I'm going to show you how to do that while I'm at it, okay? What you do, it's like a flow thing. Your hand just goes over like that. And you can go like that. That's another way of doing it. And I don't have any I don't have any, let's see. I have a little bit of pedal there. Let's put 2 pedals on. Okay, that's a little bit too much. And I haven't done them in years, to be honest with you. I got to work on my touch there. And that's a D diminished. Okay, and it turns out to be that it's any note that you have on it. It's a D diminished. It turns out to be because it's totally symmetric. It's a stacked minor thirds. It's like this. Okay, slowly, and you can work that. I gotta work at that. Okay, it's just a bunch of stacked minor thirds. Turns out to be this is a D diminished. It's any of those. It's an F diminished. It just completely. If you look at this, watch this. Okay, it's the same. exact thing. It repeats ad infinitum, and you can do this on the guitar also. I do it. Oh, well, anyways, that's terrible. I'm going to use the notes. It's first thing in the morning. I've been practicing other things. So this diminished is like this. And then we do a C6. Which is also, by the way, if you put an A in the front of it, it's an A minor 7. A C6 is an A minor 7. You do the math. Okay? So I can go D diminished, and then I can go C6. Okay? Now, that's pretty, but why do it D diminished? Why don't we do a G7 in a different form? Whoa. How can we do that? Well, here's a G7, right? And then we maybe could end it with a C major, or we could do with a just a regular. Let's go with this form of a G7 and then a C6. We can back it down. That's the cadence. But what about this? What about we do this right here, which I just showed you how to do that. D, F, A flat, and you just continue to flow, and then do what's called a C6. Like that. But what about this? Let me try this. Now basically, for all practical purposes, we started out with it diminished. Then I went to a G7, which is D, F, G, B, which turns out to be, this is going to be something really you won't hardly believe, okay? It turns out to be that if I do this, and I move it up one, I go from we're in the midst of doing something else, but I just want to show you this. If I go from this right here, it's a D, F, G, B flat, B, I mean, and that is nothing but these notes, which is a G7. Okay? Now, what about if I go up, move the fingers? One, just keep them locked position, locked fingers, and move them over here. See how it, you're getting a nice sound. You're getting a G7 that's formed from a D, is just a form of it, D, F, G, B, and then go to C6, which is a form of it. You have the C on the top, and the A, which is the sixth, the G, which is the fifth, and that is the third. Okay, so now, so here's a pretty one, as I just discussed. Just kind of a light touch. I haven't done these like I should. I should really practice. Okay, so what about we do this? Well, we do all of it in order. Remember, I did this at first. A little messy, and then. But why not take it instead of the D diminished and then the G7 starting from the D? Why don't we do it backwards of that and see how that sounds? Okay? I'm just going to do D, D, F, G, B. I'm going to continue to move it around. Or I can do it, that's actually easier because you just kind of replace it. And then the diminished, and then the C6. Now at your C, my teacher like 40, 50 years ago had one, she graduated from Juilliard. And she was somewhat of a celebrity. And now, let me show you, we're off on diminished, so let's just play around with that just for a little bit. Okay, let me go. trying to something I want to say. Okay, that'd be cool. And say you're doing a, I don't know, any kind of music that you spit it. I'm just doing. Okay. I'm going. And I'm kind of moving in between whichever way I feel like that works with the song that I'm doing. And I'm sometime coming down here and doing a kind of almost just basically I'm doing an A blues. It doesn't look like it, but it is. It's an A blues. So I could go. Okay, so I'm coming around like this. So I'm just doing I'm doing a C6 at first, which is a C, A, G, E, and I'm coming in with a 4th finger. You can use other fingers. You can use that finger if you wanted to. You could go like that if you wanted to, if you're fast enough. You could go like this. 4th finger, E flat, D, C, A, pinky on where you just came from, but on a C. And maybe like that, continue that with that. And then maybe I want to go to a C7, and then maybe an F. Okay. Okay. Or maybe I want to take the F, and I want to do what's called an F7 flat 9. Now don't get worried about the F7 flat 9. I'm going to show you exactly what it is, so you'll never be confused about an F7 flat 9 anymore.